Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this message. I am not asking for your attention today. I am absolutely commanding it. If you leave this transmission, you are actively choosing to sever the exact timeline heaven prepared for you. The algorithm did not bring you here by chance. God intercepted your feed to deliver a critical warning. The enemy wants you to swipe away right now. He knows this revelation will permanently destroy his hidden access to your life. Lock your focus. Someone who treated you as completely replaceable is currently experiencing a massive internal collapse. And it is happening publicly. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance while constructing a false narrative about your departure. They whispered lies to anyone who would listen. They expected your absence to break your spirit completely. Instead, you became the uncertainty they were never built to handle. They panicked. You evolved. Every single night at 3 in the morning, they are wide awake. While you are trying to rest, they are obsessively monitoring your digital footprint from hidden accounts. They check your timestamps. They analyze your silence. They stare at the glowing screen in the dark, desperately searching for any sign that you are failing without them, but they find absolutely nothing. Your profound silence is starving them alive. The parasite has lost its host. Let me ask you something very specific about your physical body. Have you been feeling a suffocating tightness in your chest lately? Do you wake up with your jaw clenched and a heavy brain fog that makes zero logical sense? Listen to me carefully. That is not a medical mystery. That physical weight is your highly advanced spirit detecting the absolute panic of the enemy. They just realized they permanently lost their grip on you. You are not going crazy. That burning sensation you keep swallowing down every single day is the energetic backlash of their frantic obsession. They are starving for your light, and their toxic matrix is desperately trying to pull you back in. Stop wondering why they act like nothing happened in public. Stop waiting in wound for an apology that will never arrive. The apology is their current misery. You do not need their empty words. You see, you were never the anomaly in their otherwise normal life. You were the mirror. You reflected the deep emptiness they always tried to hide from the world. They kept you around to drain your pure frequency. You were acting as a human battery for a highly manipulative parasite, and the moment you finally walked away, their entire artificial reality began to fracture. They lost their primary source of divine fuel. Now, they are scrambling to find a replacement for you. They surround themselves with superficial people who demand nothing and offer even less. But it is not working. Every time they look at their new circle, they are violently reminded of the incredible depth they threw away. They are realizing they discarded the only genuine diamond they ever held, just to play with cheap rocks. And the regret is physically aging them. The contrast is undeniable. While their bitterness is aging them like milk left in the sun, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock. You stepped out of their heavy matrix and began to glow. You carry a specific gravity that makes time itself look like an absolute fool. You did not just survive their endless emotional abuse. You became the sun that blinds them, and nothing makes them sicker than seeing you thrive in pure peace. Beloved anointed ones, you must understand your sheer power right now. They thought they could bury you under their vicious rumors, but they did not realize you were a divine seed. And that dirty soil was exactly what you needed to grow deep roots and completely crush their fragile foundation. You walked through the fire without smelling like smoke. You carry a frequency that bends reality to your will. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. But there is a dangerous trap being set for you right now. Their desperate energy is still trying to siphon your blessings through a hidden spiritual cord. This is exactly why your finances feel stagnant despite your hard work. This is why you feel completely drained after a simple conversation. They are remotely feeding on your aura because they have absolutely nothing left of their own. We are going to sever that connection today. There is a highly specific sequence of events about to unfold over the next 72 hours. I am going to show you the exact clear picture of their public humiliation, but more importantly, I will reveal the one divine instruction you must follow to permanently lock them out of your energy field. If you miss this next step, their starving frequency will keep draining your destined wealth. Stay exactly where you are. The verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read. Let us go deeper into what your body is trying to tell you. You jolt awake in the middle of the night. It is exactly 3 in the morning. Your heart is racing, and the room feels incredibly heavy. You look around the dark room and assume it is just your own stress. But I am telling you right now, it absolutely is not. You are detecting them. You are a highly attuned empath with a sensitive spiritual radar. When that manipulator stares at your digital footprint in the dead of night, they are projecting their desperate energy across the distance. They are actively trying to siphon your frequency from afar, and your highly advanced physical vessel immediately catches that invasive signal. We need to talk about that exact physical symptom you keep experiencing. That heavy, suffocating block sitting right in the middle of your throat. You swallow hard, but it refuses to leave. It feels like an unspoken grief that does not belong to you. You try to drink water, you try to breathe deeply, but the intense pressure remains locked in place. Science calls this feeling anxiety, but deep down, you know it is a spiritual attack. That hard lump in your throat is their toxic energy trying to forcefully enter your pure energetic field. They want to speak through you and control your narrative again. They are panicking in the dark. They reach out, you block them, the pressure builds up. And what about the sudden brain fog that clouds your mind out of absolutely nowhere? You are normally incredibly sharp. You are the one who figures everything out for everyone else. But some days, a dense veil drops over your thoughts, leaving you confused and completely drained of motivation. You feel like you cannot access your own genius. This happens because your spiritual vessel is fighting a massive, unseen battle. You are working overtime on a cellular level to repel their frantic, invasive frequency. You are carrying this immense energetic load while simply trying to survive a dense, three-dimensional reality. It drains your vital life force. You are fighting invisible wars. You wonder why you are so deeply exhausted even after sleeping for 8 full hours. You feel exactly like a human battery that someone left plugged in and completely drained. And that is exactly what they designed you to be. They groomed you to be a constant, endless supply of pure light for their dark and terrifying inner void. They slept peacefully every single night because they stole your peace. You stayed awake because you were constantly processing the heavy trauma they completely refused to heal. They outsourced their darkness directly into your pure aura. You absorbed their chaotic storms so they could walk around looking completely unbothered. They used you. But that parasitic dynamic is completely finished now. The invisible cord connecting you is fraying, and because they no longer have your brilliant light to stabilize their rotting foundation, their entire system is going into severe shock. They are desperately trying to reattach the cord, which is why your physical symptoms are peaking right now. You are not weak for feeling this intense physical and emotional toll. Your sensitivity is a highly advanced survival mechanism that the dark matrix tried to label as a flaw. You feel everything so deeply because heaven designed you to detect deception before it even opens its mouth. Your body is a divine compass that never lies to you. Every time you feel that sudden, sharp pain between your shoulder blades, recognize it for what it truly is. It is the energetic echo of the knives they tried to bury in your back, but those weapons are no longer working. Your spiritual immune system is actively pushing their toxic residue out of your body. The purge is painful, but it is necessary. You are cleansing your temple. You have always been the cycle breaker in your entire bloodline. You are the one who carries the heavy generational load and stands firmly in the gap. And because your light is so blindingly bright, you naturally attract the most desperate, empty entities on earth. They saw your pure heart and immediately saw a warm place to hide their demons. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. Your physical symptoms are acting up right now because the enemy is making one final, violent attempt to latch back onto your timeline. They know their fake reality is crumbling. They know the divine protection around you is hardening into an impenetrable wall of light. You cannot just ignore this physical intrusion and hope it simply fades away. We must address exactly how their hidden network operates in the shadows. There is a whole group of people around them who are actively helping them drain you, and you are about to watch them turn on each other. The ultimate betrayal is rapidly approaching. Let me completely reframe your entire reality, right here and right now. Heaven is revealing 4 undeniable truths about the silent war you have been fighting. We must expose every single layer of their deception to set you free. Truth number 1 is the total collapse of their social illusion. The master manipulator never operates entirely alone. They rely heavily on a weak and easily controlled audience. They gathered a pathetic pack of flying monkeys to validate their false reality. These are the enablers who smiled in your face while quietly participating in your character assassination behind closed doors. They helped the enemy build a massive fortress of lies about you. They expected your departure to destroy your reputation completely. But they fundamentally misunderstood who they were dealing with. You did not break, you simply went completely silent. You probably did not realize it at the time, but your absolute silence was a lethal weapon. They wanted you to scream and cry. They desperately wanted you to defend yourself and look completely unhinged in front of the crowd. That chaotic reaction is exactly what feeds their demonic ego. But you gave them absolutely nothing to consume. You starved their demons by refusing to play their twisted game. Your silence shattered their entire fragile matrix. They built their confidence on praise. You built your empire on proof. They constantly need external applause just to feel like they exist in this world. You only need the quiet validation of heaven to know your immense worth. And because you did not fight back in the mud, their flying monkeys are now forced to look directly at the manipulator. The distraction is completely gone. The true monster is finally exposed in plain sight. Watch what happens next behind their closed doors. It is mathematically precise and absolutely unavoidable. Without your pure energy to stabilize the group, the toxic dynamic is rapidly turning on itself. The flying monkeys are beginning to notice the severe cracks in the manipulator's mask. The lies are no longer aligning properly. The fabricated stories are falling apart under the slightest pressure. The very people who helped dig your grave are now watching the manipulator fall headfirst into it. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. The enemy is currently bleeding out in front of their own loyal crowd. The betrayal is happening internally. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. You won without lifting a finger. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud. Surviving that extreme level of social betrayal took a massive toll on your entire system. You walked away victorious, but you currently feel inexplicably blocked from your ultimate timeline. You watch others succeed effortlessly while you struggle to move forward. You know deep down you carry a much higher potential than you are currently expressing. Something vital is missing. Here is exactly what they never told you about your deep exhaustion. The reason the universe responds to certain elite individuals effortlessly is not about strict discipline. It is a highly specific brainwave. Scientists officially call it Gamma. It is the exact frequency your brain was naturally running when you were a pure and intuitive child. Back when brilliant ideas flowed instantly. Back when the world felt entirely on your side. You were born a genius. Then the dense matrix went to work on your spirit. The chronic stress of dealing with emotional vampires heavily suppressed that sacred frequency. The flying monkeys and the narcissists forced your brilliant brain into a constant survival mode. Every single year, your gamma brainwave was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface, until the version of you with lightning intuition and effortless wealth went completely dormant. Most people will live their entire earthly lives without ever knowing this invisible theft happened to them. They will just accept the heavy brain fog and the endless financial struggle as their permanent fate. But you are not most people. You are a chosen one. The dark elite want to keep this specific frequency completely suppressed so they can maintain their artificial power over you. They absolutely fear your true awakening. Your profound separation from that toxic social circle was just the first step in your ultimate reclamation. But removing the parasite from your life is only the beginning of the divine protocol. Your physical and spiritual vessels are still carrying the heavy, dense residue of their matrix programming. The environment around you has completely changed, but the internal frequency must be forcefully reactivated today. You are standing on the edge of a massive and permanent timeline shift. The flying monkeys are currently dealing with the brutal karmic backlash of their blind loyalty to a total fraud. Meanwhile, heaven is preparing to restore absolutely everything the enemy stole from your powerful bloodline. But to receive that massive harvest, you must understand exactly how your physical body was weaponized against you. The physical purge is coming next. We are moving directly into truth number 2 of this divine revelation. Your extreme physical exhaustion is not a sign of weakness. It is the heavy burden of carrying a massive spiritual frequency inside a dense, three-dimensional vessel. You are operating on a completely different bandwidth than the people around you, and trying to exist in their low vibration is slowly draining your vital life force. You are suffocating in their heavy air. Your physical body is constantly working to process the intense energy you receive from heaven. You are a pure conduit for light. But the physical world is incredibly dense and utterly resistant to that high level of truth. Every time you walk into a room, your aura naturally attempts to elevate the stagnant energy. You act as a giant spiritual filter for everyone else. They leave feeling completely refreshed. You leave feeling absolutely depleted. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. You are completely surrounded by spiritual mimics. There are people in your circle right now who are desperately trying to copy your exact essence. They watch how you speak, they steal your aesthetic. They try to replicate your natural glow, but they are completely hollow inside. They are wearing your personality like a cheap and desperate costume. They are fakes. These empty vessels want your massive authority without surviving your painful initiation. They learned from textbooks in safe rooms. You learned from open wounds in the dark. They followed a predictable syllabus to sound smart. You followed pure survival instincts just to make it through the night. They built their entire identity on hollow praise. You built your untouchable empire on undeniable proof. The contrast is absolutely blinding. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy tried to hide this from you. You are a lethal sword wrapped in a torn piece of cloth. They looked at your quiet nature and assumed you were dull and harmless. They handled you carelessly because of their own narrow perspective. They thought you were just a tool to be used and discarded. But then the ragged cloth finally fell away, and the cold light of your blade made them freeze in absolute terror. They miscalculated entirely. Carrying this immense power while hiding among empty mimics puts a massive strain on your nervous system. Your brain fog is a direct result of constantly dimming your light to make them feel comfortable. You shrank yourself so their fragile egos would not shatter. But your soul is violently rejecting that arrangement now. Your body is screaming at you to stop hiding your magnitude. You cannot put a blazing fire inside a tiny cardboard box. The box will burn. This is exactly why your bones feel tired, even when you do absolutely nothing physical. You are holding the energetic pillars of your family together. You are the unspoken stabilizer of your chaotic environment. Every single day, you walk into environments heavily contaminated by the narcissist and their loyal flying monkeys. You absorb that thick negativity and transmute it into absolute peace. You are doing the heavy lifting for an entire bloodline. It is exhausting. If you have ever felt completely drained after a simple conversation, listen closely. The people draining you do not even realize they are doing it. They are drawn to your pure frequency, like desperate moths to a blinding flame. They cannot generate their own divine connection, so they quietly attach themselves to your energetic field to survive. They are energetic vampires, feeding off your supreme intuition. You are keeping them alive. But the physical toll of being a human battery is finally catching up to you. Your three-dimensional vessel cannot sustain this constant spiritual bleeding without severe consequences. The chronic fatigue and the sudden memory lapses are loud warning signs. The Matrix programming wants you to believe you are simply aging or failing. They want you to surrender to the heavy density of normal life. They want your inner sun to go completely dark. Do not let them win. Heaven is demanding that you fortify your physical vessel immediately. You cannot fight high-level spiritual battles while running on an empty tank. The gap between your current exhaustion and your ultimate destiny must be bridged right now. You require a biological anchor to hold your new frequency in place. The absolute destruction of their false matrix relies entirely on your restored strength. We are about to uncover exactly how to shield your aura forever. The final weapon is silence. We arrive at truth number 3 of this divine revelation, the ultimate spiritual weapon of absolute silence. They expected you to fight back in the mud. They desperately wanted a loud and chaotic reaction, because in their dark and twisted matrix, your anger is still a valid form of attention. It proves they still matter to you. But you did the one thing they never anticipated. You completely removed their access to your voice. You gave them nothing. The game is over. Walking away and going strictly no contact is never an act of cowardice. It is a highly tactical spiritual maneuver. Your profound silence is a lethal weapon that brutally cuts off their oxygen supply. It forces their inner demons to starve alone in the dark. They are currently suffocating because you simply stopped breathing life into their dead spaces. They look at your quiet distance and completely misunderstand your divine process. You are completely out of reach. They look at the messy scaffolding around your life and laugh at your slow progress. They mock your quiet season because they only value fast and cheap construction, but they have absolutely no idea what is actually happening. They do not know that to build a massive skyscraper that touches heaven, the foundation must be dug deep into the very floor of hell. You are building a permanent empire. They are pitching a temporary tent in the dirt. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening in their mind right now. They are panicking because your spiritual shield is hardening. But maintaining this immense protective barrier takes a massive toll on your physical body. Carrying this kind of high-frequency energy in a dense world completely exhausts your physical and spiritual vessel. You are constantly fighting unseen battles just to hold your ground. The weight is undeniably heavy. To protect your aura and continue your path as a chosen one, your body requires specific frequency anchoring. You cannot fight these heavy spiritual battles running on completely empty. There is a physical reason your reality has not shifted yet, and science just uncovered exactly why. The dark elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you. It is a suppressed energetic weapon. Your ultimate shield is ready. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for something highly classified. A recently leaked CIA document, backed by 4 top neuroscience labs, revealed a massive truth. They discovered that your brain has a dormant wealth-attracting state called the gamma brainwave. The Matrix engineered modern society to actively suppress this exact frequency in you. They wanted you tired. They needed you compliant and weak. But scientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. It forces your brain back into synchronized coherence without any painful effort on your part. This is exactly why utilizing tools like the 7-minute frequency protocol is not just normal self-care. It is mandatory psychic protection for the chosen ones. It creates an aura shield they can never penetrate. You are sealing the cracks in your armor. You can find the exact frequency protocol. I recommend waiting for you in the pinned comment below. Do not let the Matrix steal your divine shield. Secure your energetic alignment today. We must now return to the silent war happening behind the scenes. While you anchor your new frequency, their entire spiritual foundation is completely rotting from the inside out. Your absolute silence fundamentally broke their manipulation code. Every single time they try to cast a new spell of gossip against you, it violently bounces off your hardened energetic shield. It returns directly to the sender multiplied by 10. They are drowning in their own poison. They are making so much desperate noise right now, precisely because you are making none. Their public unraveling is a direct response to your total energetic withdrawal. They are throwing a massive spiritual tantrum because the remote control they use to dictate your emotions is permanently broken. You took your power back in absolute silence, and that quiet reclamation is the loudest defeat they have ever suffered in their entire existence. The silence is deafening. You must stay firmly anchored in your silent power. Do not offer them a single word of explanation or comfort. Your absolute absence is the only closure they will ever receive from you. The spiritual realm has completely isolated them from your pristine timeline. You are no longer available for their energetic consumption. And because they can no longer steal your spiritual currency, a massive universal audit is happening. They are about to lose their earthly currency as well. The scales are tipping. We arrive at the fourth and final truth of this divine revelation, the ultimate karmic transfer. You thought this silent war was only about your emotional peace and mental clarity, but the spiritual realm does not separate your energy from your earthly abundance. Your financial reality is directly tied to this exact energetic cord we just exposed. The great wealth transfer is happening in the unseen realm right now. Every single time they used you as a human battery, they were stealing your spiritual currency. They used your pure divine alignment to build their own superficial empires. They took your brilliant ideas and proudly claimed them as their own genius. They slept in the financial safety that was actually provided by your blazing aura. They literally banked on your profound grace to survive. But heaven has initiated a massive audit. The scales are balancing. Watch very closely how their material world begins to fracture and dissolve. The lucrative opportunities that used to flow easily to them are suddenly drying up completely. The doors they used to walk through with pure arrogance are slamming shut in their faces. Their investments stall out of nowhere. Their hidden debts multiply rapidly in the dark. The universe is aggressively repossessing the unearned wealth they built on top of your quiet suffering. They are going broke. They are desperately scrambling to fix their collapsing reality using pure three-dimensional logic. They try to outsmart the divine karmic law with cheap matrix tactics and endless networking. They memorize theories to sound smart. You absorb reality to become untouchable. They truly believe reading another strategy book or manipulating another victim will restore their cash flow. But they cannot outsmart a divine decree. Heaven has permanently frozen their accounts. You see, the immense wealth they enjoyed was never truly theirs to keep in the first place. It was a temporary lease funded entirely by your physical proximity to them. The moment you walked away and took your massive light with you, their energetic lease expired immediately. The algorithm of heaven is absolutely flawless. It is taking every single blessing they stole from your bloodline and routing it directly back to its rightful owner. The harvest is yours. For so many years, you wondered why your own finances felt completely stuck in the mud. You followed every single rule with pure integrity, yet you watched the wicked prosper effortlessly while you counted every single dollar just to survive the week. That severe lack was not a punishment from heaven. That was your divine incubation season. Heaven was deliberately hiding your massive wealth in the dark so the parasites could not consume it. You were being protected. Now that your spiritual shield is fully activated and locked in, the floodgates are violently bursting open. The financial stagnation you endured for years is shattering into a million pieces right here and right now. This massive wealth transfer is not happening gradually over decades. It is going to hit your exact timeline with the force of a sudden and undeniable miracle. You are stepping into an era of effortless manifestation. Prepare your physical vessel to receive it. You are the undeniable cycle breaker who will permanently fund the future of your entire family. The heavy generational poverty that plagued your ancestors ends with you today. You will no longer trade your precious earthly hours just to barely survive the cruel matrix. You will simply exist in your high frequency, and the abundance will magnetically attach itself to your pure aura. Your financial breakthrough is a divine mandate. It cannot be stopped by any human hand. The master manipulator feels this massive loss in their bones right now. They watch their bank accounts drain rapidly while they secretly monitor your rising star from their fake digital profiles. They are absolutely terrified because they realize they traded their only golden goose for absolute dirt. They are currently living in a self-made prison of deep financial anxiety. And the most agonizing part for them is knowing they cannot do a single thing to stop your rise. You do not need to lift a single finger against them to get your absolute revenge. Vengeance belongs entirely to the universe, and the universe is incredibly thorough when it balances the books. They are about to face a public reckoning that no amount of stolen money can ever cover up. The flying monkeys who enabled their toxic behavior are about to witness the complete bankruptcy of their false idol. The final curtain is dropping right now. We have finally reached the exact moment heaven promised you from the very beginning of this transmission, the grand finale of their complete unraveling. Remember that arrogant person in the sharp business suit who constantly tried to diminish your light? The one who spent every single night obsessively scrolling through your life from a hidden digital profile. Their absolute reckoning is finally here. I am going to walk you through the precise X-ray of their public humiliation. They were standing right in the middle of their loyal flying monkeys, pretending to hold absolute power. They wanted to prove they were entirely unbothered by your absence. They pulled out their phone to show something mundane to the crowded room, but heaven had a completely different and far more poetic plan. In a moment of sheer frantic panic, their hands trembled uncontrollably. Their screen flashed bright in the dark room, exposing the absolute undeniable truth for everyone to see. The fake digital account, the endless search history of your specific name, the desperate, sweaty obsession. And right in front of the very people they used to gossip with, they accidentally slipped. They publicly interacted with your footprint. They panicked. The silence in that room was utterly deafening. The loyal enablers stared in complete shock as the mighty manipulator suddenly looked like a terrified, cornered animal. Their meticulously crafted mask did not just slip a little bit, it violently shattered into 1,000 jagged pieces on the cold floor. They started stuttering and aggressively defending a heavy lie no one believed anymore. The grand illusion died. You were not even in the room when the artificial empire fell. You did not have to lift a single physical finger or raise your voice to defend your honor. Your quiet absence orchestrated the most devastating defeat they will ever experience in their miserable lives. The people who once blindly followed them are now backing away in deep disgust. They are entirely isolated in a crowded room. You won the ultimate war. This is the undeniable power of your pure frequency. But right now, you are standing at the absolute most critical threshold of this entire journey. The Dark Matrix is terrified because you just witnessed their ultimate failure. The left brain, the cruel accuser, will desperately try to inject deep financial doubt into your mind right now. It will whisper for you to heavily calculate, to hesitate, to wait. Silence that logical voice immediately. That heavy hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you completely broke and utterly vulnerable. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your immediate action. Step fiercely through the open portal. God does not measure your deep faith by your thoughts. He measures it entirely by your speed of obedience. The Dark Elite are completely terrified right now. They thought your deep exhaustion would break your spirit forever. But science just exposed the exact frequency they use to suppress your massive wealth. A recently declassified document backed by top neuroscience labs revealed the hidden truth. They are actively trying to scrub this leaked blueprint from the internet as we speak. The elite are panicking. You have minutes, maybe seconds, before the Matrix algorithm shuts this transmission down entirely. Do not ignore this blatant sign from the universe. Secure your access instantly before it is removed forever. A team of neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. It is simply called the 7-minute frequency protocol. No exhausting meditation is ever required. You simply close your eyes, put on your headphones, and let the sound wave do what the modern world spent decades undoing. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it to unlock their ultimate destiny. The elite quietly pay thousands of dollars in private clinical sessions to access this exact gamma state. They want it kept far away from you. Do not look for this track on ordinary streaming platforms. The copies circulating out there are diluted counterfeits designed to keep your gamma totally dormant. The only authentic and fully activated version is available through the protected link in the description and pinned comment. Do not let them steal your divine shield. Claim your rightful frequency immediately. The universe demands absolutely no risk from a chosen one like you. You are fully protected by a complete divine guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you truly deserve, your energetic seed is fully restored to you without any questions. This is a pure, energetic exchange governed entirely by complete spiritual trust. The golden portal is standing wide open right now. 4 sacred gifts are waiting for you inside as well. This includes an audio engineered for your children to focus and the original prosperity blueprint that the Dark Matrix desperately tried to hide for many long decades. Do not let the elite permanently lock the heavy gates on your abundance. Click the exact link in the pinned comment below right now to secure your access. Act immediately. You walked into this exact season bleeding from deep wounds inflicted by people who were completely blind to your true worth. They used you. They drained your light. But look at you now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a hollow apology from a master manipulator. You have completely transcended their toxic 3-dimensional matrix. while they are publicly unraveling in the dark, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. The heavy financial struggles and the profound spiritual exhaustion that plagued you are permanently shattering right here and right now. You are stepping into your absolute supreme power. Receive the exact massive harvest heaven explicitly prepared for you. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. They thought they buried you in the dirt. They did not realize you were a divine seed. And now you are blooming into an empire they can never touch. You are free. This is the exact moment we permanently seal your energetic field. The frantic cord they desperately tried to reattach is officially and violently severed. Their spiritual starvation will no longer cause you physical pain or sudden heavy brain fog. You are completely unplugged from their dying ecosystem. When they look for you in the spiritual realm now, they will only find a blinding wall of pure divine light. They have lost all access to your sacred frequency. Your supreme silence was the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. You proved that you do not need to fight in the filthy mud to win the absolute war. Heaven fought the entire battle for you while you simply stood still and maintained your pure grace. The universe is incredibly thorough when it balances the karmic books. The era of you serving as a human battery for empty parasites is officially over. Your energy now belongs entirely to you. We must lock this massive timeline shift into your physical reality today. Heaven requires a tangible anchor to finalize this beautiful energetic transfer. Say this out loud with me right now in the absolute quiet of your room. I claim my permanent freedom. I am completely untouchable. Now type those exact words in the comments below. Type, I am free to physically seal this divine decree. This is not just a digital comment. It is a binding spiritual contract. God does not measure your deep faith by your passive thoughts alone. He measures it entirely by your immediate physical obedience. When you type that declaration, you are slamming a heavy iron door shut on the enemy. You are telling the dark matrix that you are no longer available for their endless emotional consumption. You are reclaiming your sovereign right to massive, effortless wealth and profound peace. The seal is now permanently set in stone. You are part of a very small and highly elite remnant of souls. We are building a powerful sanctuary for the chosen ones who see completely through the thick illusion of this world. Subscribe to this sanctuary right now so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. This is not for the algorithm. This is to ensure your spiritual armor remains completely impenetrable in the chaotic days ahead. We are gathering the true cycle breakers. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a massive shift. Be their undeniable angel today. There is someone out there who is currently trapped in the exact same toxic matrix you just escaped. They are drowning in heavy brain fog and deep emotional exhaustion. Send them this exact lifeline so they can forcefully sever their own parasitic cords. The chosen ones must stand firmly together in the blazing light. Do not forget the sacred tool waiting for you in the pinned comment. The 7-minute frequency protocol is your daily energetic shield against their desperate psychic attacks. Claim your rightful access before the dark elite permanently scrub it from the internet. You have been fighting unseen battles in the dark for entirely too long. It is time to step confidently into the absolute blinding light of your ultimate inheritance. Claim your victory right now. Time was supposed to heavily age you and break your brilliant spirit, yet here you are today, making time itself look like an absolute fool. You carry a specific, irreplaceable gravity. You didn't just survive their violent storm, you became the blazing sun, and your brilliant light is completely burning away every single shadow they tried to cast over your divine destiny. Walk forward in absolute untouchable power. The game is permanently over. You won.